Forget motivation. That's right. Forget the hype, the dopamine hits, the YouTube shorts that fire you up for 10 minutes and leave you in the same place 10 years later. Because let's be honest, if motivation alone built wealth, we'd all be millionaires by now. But we're not, because wealth doesn't come from how you feel. It comes from what you do, repeatedly, relentlessly, especially on the days you don't feel like it. I'm not here to inspire you with hype. I'm here to show you the 6 practical, repeatable habits that make people wealthy, no matter their background, their country, or their starting point. These are not secrets. They're not magic formulas. They're systems. They don't require brilliance, they require consistency. You won't hear this in school. You won't learn this in most motivational books. But these 6 habits are what separate the financially free from the forever stuck. And here's the truth. You can become wealthy, not overnight, but inevitably, if you apply these consistently. This audiobook is not just for dreamers. It's for doers. If you're ready to stop chasing motivation and start building momentum, this is for you. Let's begin. Habit 1, increase your income. Let's start with the obvious, but often ignored. If you want to build wealth, the first thing you must do is increase your income. It sounds simple, yet most people never make it past this step. Why, Bo? Because they focus on saving crumbs instead of earning cake. You've probably heard it before. Stop buying coffee, cut out subscriptions, cancel your Netflix. That's small thinking, and small thinking keeps you broke. You don't build wealth by saving $5. You build it by earning $5,000 more than deploying it with intelligence. Let's break this down into a clear, tactical formula. Step 1, master money-making skills. If you want more income, you need skills that produce income. We're talking about high-leverage, high-demand skills like sales and persuasion, copywriting and digital marketing, AI, coding and automation tools, leadership and communication, strategic thinking and execution. These aren't optional anymore. In today's economy, money follows skill, not time worked. If you can close a deal, launch a product, or lead a team, you become indispensable. And the market rewards you accordingly. Ask yourself right now, what skill could I develop in the next 90 days that would double my earning power? Write it down, then go learn it. Step 2, open multiple income channels. One income stream is dangerous. One paycheck, one boss, one client. That's a financial house of cards. You need active channels, freelancing, part-time consulting, selling digital products, monetizing your knowledge on social platforms, offering services to small businesses. Start small, even if it's unpaid at first. Unpaid work can build your portfolio, your proof, and your network. Here's the key. You're not working for free. You're working for leverage. Once you demonstrate value, clients appear, opportunities surface, and that side income becomes serious. Step 3, choose the right sector. This is a hard truth. Not all industries are equal. Some sectors make wealth creation 10x easier. Others are uphill battles with razor-thin margins and burnout. If you want to grow fast, go where the money flows. Tech finance education, technology, healthcare, digital services, and media. Avoid sectors like low-end retail, unless you're building your own brand or automating operations. If you're stuck in a dead-end job or stagnant field, don't panic. Just plan your escape. Start learning new sector skills on nights and weekends. Invest time now to change your lane later. Step 4, learn entrepreneurship. Even as an employee, here's the biggest unlock. You don't have to quit your job to think like an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is not about owning a business. It's about seeing problems and solving them. It's about offering value before being asked. It's about taking responsibility. When you adopt this mindset, you become the employee who gets promoted. You become the freelancer who gets referrals. You become the creator who earns trust. Eventually, you may build your own business. But for now, think like a producer, not a paycheck collector. Step 5, eliminate the ceiling. When you increase your income, you increase your control. You can invest more. You can save without sacrifice. You can take risks others can't afford. But most importantly, You remove the mental ceiling. People who stay broke often believe they've hit their peak. They say, this is just what people like me earn. Nonsense. In today's digital economy, someone with a laptop and $0 can build a six-figure income in under 2 years. If they commit to value creation, not comfort. So let me ask you directly, are you increasing your income right now? Are you building new skills? Are you opening new channels? Are you escaping low-growth industries? Are you thinking like an entrepreneur? If not, this is your wake-up call. Wealth starts here. It's the fuel that powers every other habit. Because when you earn more, you can invest more. When you invest more, you multiply faster. And when you multiply faster, you gain freedom. Habit one is the foundation. Everything else builds on top of it. Ready for habit two? Let's move on, to habit two, eliminate wealth-killing habits. Expanded version. You can't create wealth while practicing the habits that destroy it. It's like trying to run a marathon while eating junk food every day. You might move forward, but you're sabotaging your own progress. Let's be blunt. Most people aren't broke because of a lack of opportunity. They're broke because of their daily defaults. So if you're serious about building wealth, this habit is non-negotiable. You must eliminate the habits that keep you poor. Start with a mirror. Let's call out the biggest ones. The invisible thieves of your potential. Binge watching TV or YouTube for hours without learning anything, obsessively following sports, celebrities, or drama, scrolling aimlessly through social media, pointless arguments with friends, family, or strangers online, constant procrastination, always starting tomorrow. And the worst one of all, I can't. That mindset, I can't start a business, I can't sell, I can't learn, is the lock on the door of every opportunity you've ever ignored. It's not just a belief. It's a script you're running, and it's time to rewrite it. Don't just add, subtract. Most people think transformation is about doing more, but the truth is, removing friction is more powerful than adding fuel. Want to become rich? Cut the distractions. Kill the noise. Make space for focused action. Ask yourself, what habits am I clinging to that actively move me away from wealth? Write them down. Circle the top two, then make a plan to kill them, not next month, now. Choose your input wisely. The human brain is like fertile soil. Whatever you plant in it, grows. If your daily input is gossip, outrage, and comparison, you're feeding weeds. But if you surround yourself with success-driven ideas, business insights, wealth-building stories, you plant possibility. So here's a hard rule. Stop consuming content made by people who are not living the life you want. Instead, replace it with podcasts by entrepreneurs, audiobooks on wealth, habits, psychology, long-form content that teaches you skills or gives you frameworks. This is not self-help fluff. This is mental hygiene to you, and it matters. Upgrade your circle. Habits aren't just personal, they're environmental. If everyone around you is watching Netflix, complaining about the system, or mocking success, you'll do the same. But if your circle talks about investing, shares skill building tips, pushes you to think bigger, then you'll naturally rise to that level. Sometimes that means letting go of old friendships, not out of hate, but out of growth. You don't need to be cold, just intentional. Ask, is this person reinforcing the future I want or the comfort I'm trying to leave behind? Choose wisely, because your environment shapes your behavior more than your willpower ever will. Subtraction creates space for power. By removing destructive habits, you create room for the next 5 wealth habits to take root. You'll have more time, more mental bandwidth, more belief in what's possible. And here's the truth no one wants to admit. You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. You're just distracted. And distraction is a disease that kills more dreams than failure ever will. So if you're ready to build wealth, clean the table first. Sweep away the habits that weaken you. Delete the apps that steal your time. Let go of the narratives that keep you small. When you eliminate what's holding you back, you create space for what can move you forward. That's the real power of habit 2. Ready for the next step? Let's talk about how to build value and why people pay for it. Habit 3, create value. Every day, expanded version. Let's talk about the money engine. If you only remember one thing from this audiobook, let it be this. Money flows to value, period. That's not a motivational quote. It's a universal law. You do not get paid for your time. You get paid for the value you bring to that time. If you want to increase your income, build wealth, or create financial freedom, you need to build and deliver value like it's your full-time job. So what is value? Value means you solve a problem, or create an outcome, or save someone time, money, effort, or frustration. When someone pays you, they're saying, "You just made my life better. That was worth it." You might be a designer who makes brands look credible, a fitness coach who helps people finally get results, a consultant who cuts a company's costs in half. Doesn't matter what the niche is. If you're solving problems or creating improvement, you're delivering value. That no one pays you because you're nice. They pay you because you help. But here's the trap. Most people spend years waiting to be discovered. They think if they work hard or stay loyal, someone will eventually notice them and offer a fortune. That's not how the game works anymore. In today's economy, you don't wait for value to be noticed. You show it, you prove it, you package it every day. Start asking better questions. Instead of asking, "Why am I not making more money?" Ask, "Who do I help? What problem do I solve? Why is my solution better, faster, or easier than others? And how can I make that visible to the people who need it?" The moment you become useful to a person, a company, or an audience, you become valuable. And when you're valuable, you become unavoidable. Build a personal brand that proves it. Let's say you help small businesses improve their websites. Don't just say that. Post examples. Share before and after results. Write short posts explaining your process. Make 60-second videos teaching what you know. You're not bragging, you're demonstrating value. Because in a noisy world, people don't trust words. They trust proof. And if you're not proving your value consistently, someone else is. And they're getting the opportunities that should have been yours. Deliver value first, ask later. The fastest way to create opportunity is to give first. Offer feedback before pitching services. Share useful content before selling a course. Solve a small problem before asking for a job. Give, 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 because when you lead with value, you signal one thing. I don't need to be picked. I create impact whether or not you say yes. That kind of energy is magnetic, and it attracts money, partnerships, and growth. Value is not optional. You can't shortcut your way to wealth. No crypto scheme, affiliate hack, or dropshipping dream will last unless it's built on value. People chase money, but money chases value. And when you understand this, you stop asking, "How do I make more money?" and start asking, "How do I help more people better and more often?" That shift right there, that's the mindset of every successful entrepreneur, investor, and leader you admire. Here's your daily rule. Ask yourself every day, what value did I create today? Not how much you worked, not how busy you were, not how many likes or comments you got. What problem did you solve? What outcome did you deliver? Because when you stack 365 days of consistent value creation, your wealth can't help but follow. That's habit 3. Value creation isn't a one-time task. It's a daily posture. And once you master it, you'll never fear income loss again, because you've become the kind of person who can create it. Let's move to habit 4 and explore the mindset that powers all this. Habit 4. Learn relentlessly. Build confidence, my expanded version. If there's one trait that shows up in every wealthy person, whether they're a tech founder, investor, or self-made freelancer, it's this: they never stop learning. Not when they graduate, not when they succeed, not even when they know enough. They treat learning like the gym. If they skip it too long, they feel weaker because they know their edge is slipping. Most people stop growing at 22. Let's be honest. After school or college, most people stop learning anything meaningful. They get a whim. They settle into routine. They pick up a few skills just enough to survive, not to thrive. Meanwhile, the world changes faster every year. New tools emerge. New platforms take over. New opportunities are born every month, and most people miss them because they're not looking. The result? Stagnation, frustration, plateaued income, silent resignation. The wealthy see learning as leverage. Here's the mindset shift. Every new skill I master gives me leverage. That leverage could be the ability to charge more, the power to automate tasks, the confidence to start a business, the knowledge to make smart investments. Learning is not a hobby, it's an asset class. It pays dividends in income, clarity, and control. But here's the real unlock. Learning builds confidence. Confidence doesn't come from positive affirmations. It comes from evidence. When you learn something new and apply it, you create a new result. That builds belief. And that belief compounds. That's why confident people seem unstoppable. They've earned that mindset by stacking wins, not waiting for them. So if you feel stuck or unsure of yourself, stop looking for motivation and start looking for your next lesson. Learn, apply, improve. That's the loop that rewires your brain for success. Be a relentless student of your own future. Here's what I recommend. Read at least one high-quality book per month. Follow 2, 3 top thinkers in your field, not 20. Take short courses on new tools or trends. Write down what you learn each week. Teach it to someone else. It locks it in. You don't need to become an academic. You need to become adaptable, because the winners in every industry are the ones who learn fastest and execute better. Stop saying, "I already know that." This one's critical. The phrase, "I already know that," has killed more success than ignorance ever has. Most people don't need more information. They need deeper understanding and consistent execution. So if you hear a lesson repeated, don't dismiss it. Ask instead, am I living this truth or just aware of it? Knowing is not the same as mastering, and mastery pays better. Learning doesn't end, it evolves. Eventually, your learning will shift from tactics to principles, from hacks to systems, from input to output. And that's when things really click. When you stop chasing novelty and start mastering fundamentals. That's when confidence becomes calm. And calm leads to clarity, the rarest and most powerful trait in high-income earners. So here's your challenge. For the next 30 days, commit to daily learning, even 20 minutes a day, on something that builds your income, expands your thinking, or sharpens your skills. Track what you learn, apply it immediately, and reflect on what changed. In 1 month, you'll feel different. In 1 year, you'll be unrecognizable. Learning isn't optional, and neither is confidence. They build each other, and both build wealth. Let's move to habit 5 and talk about the single most mismanaged area in personal finance: spending and investing. Habit 5, spend less than you earn and invest the difference, expanded version. If increasing your income builds the engine, this habit is how you steer the vehicle. Because it doesn't matter how fast you earn, if you crash into debt, distractions, and lifestyle inflation every time you get ahead. Wealth isn't about what you make, it's about what you keep and how well you deploy what you keep. This is the habit most people ignore, but it's the one that actually determines how long your wealth lasts. Step 1, know where your money actually goes. Let me ask you a serious question. Could you list where your last 1,000 went? If not, you're flying blind, and blind pilots eventually crash. Start tracking fixed expenses, variable expenses, impulse purchases, subscriptions, hidden fees, and small leaks. Every dollar you spend should have a purpose, either functional, joyful, or strategic. If not, it's just escape. And escaping with your money is the fastest way to stay broke with style. Step 2, avoid lifestyle inflation. This is the silent killer of wealth. You make more money and instantly upgrade your apartment, car, clothes, tech, dining habits. You tell yourself, I've earned this. Maybe you have. But here's the trap. If your expenses rise with your income, you're not building wealth. You're just decorating your paycheck. Real growth happens when income increases, but expenses stay flat. And that gap becomes your investment fuel. So yes, enjoy your life, but earn the upgrade through stability and investing first, not feelings. Step 3, budget like a CEO. You don't need a boring spreadsheet. You need a strategy. Try the 70-20-10 method. 70% for needs and smart lifestyle, 20% for investments, 10% for play and personal reward, or create a custom system that works for you. The key is automating the right behavior. Set up auto transfers to investment accounts. Use tools like YNAB or apps that track spending. Do a 5-minute weekly review of your finances, because what gets measured gets optimized, and what gets ignored gets expensive. Step 4, invest the difference. This is where most people stall. They save, but then let the money sit in a low-yield account, earning less than inflation. Don't hoard, deploy. Invest in yourself, courses, mentorships, skill. Accelerators, invest in assets, index funds, ETFs, dividend stocks, real estate, if you understand it, and invest in creation. Build a product, start a content channel, launch a digital service. You don't need to be a stock market expert. You just need a simple plan executed consistently. Let your money work, even when you don't. Step 5, treat time like money. You can always make more money, but once it's gone, it's gone. The wealthy don't just invest dollars, they invest hours in building systems, delegating tasks, automating routines, creating things that scale. If you're spending hours every week solving $10 problems, you're stealing from your future self. Every minute you reclaim can be reinvested into a skill, a side hustle, or deeper rest, all of which improve your earning power. Build the gap, grow the gap, guard the gap. Wealthy people obsess over their savings investment gap. They protect it like a sacred ritual. Poor people obsess over looking rich, impressing others, satisfying today's emotions. This habit is about delayed gratification. The discipline to say, this $500 could be a flex today or part of a fortune tomorrow. Choose the latter, repeat it often, watch what happens. So let's summarize. Track your money, kill lifestyle inflation, automate your budget, invest consistently, treat time as your rarest asset. That's how you multiply wealth, not just earn it. Let's move to habit 6, the final and most underestimated key, patience. Habit 6, master the long game. Be patient, expanded version. We've covered the habits that build wealth, earn more, kill distractions, create value, learn relentlessly, spend wisely, invest strategically. But none of that matters if you quit too early, because wealth doesn't reward the intense, it rewards the consistent. The fastest way to fail? Expecting fast results from long-term strategies. Let's be clear, building a high-income skill takes months, sometimes years. Launching a side business requires dozens of iterations. Investing meaningfully means enduring market dips and emotional swings. Compounding doesn't kick in until year 5, 7, 10, not month 3. If you demand success before it's earned, you'll always feel like you're failing, even when you're on track. The game isn't short. The player's impatient. Understand the nature of compound growth. Let's get concrete. Say you invest $1,000 a month into an index fund that yields 15% annually. In 20 years, that becomes over $1 million. Not because of magic, because of compound returns. Albert Einstein called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. And he was right. But the real reason it works is this. You keep showing up. You keep adding. You keep reinvesting. That consistency, that's patience in action. Patience is not passive. Don't confuse patience with waiting around. Patience is not laziness. It's not sitting back, hoping things work out. Patience is active consistency. It means doing the work today even when results are invisible, trusting the system while improving it, saying not yet when you're tempted to rush. Most people give up when the returns are just about to compound. They change strategies, chase for them, reset the clock. That's why they stay stuck. You stay the course and stack your wins. Success is not a straight line. Wealth grows in silence, then all at once. At first, you'll see tiny results. 100 from a side hustle, your first paid client, a few dollars in dividends. It feels slow. It feels like it's not working. And that's exactly when most people quit. But then year two comes. Year three. Suddenly, the graph starts bending upward. Opportunities multiply. People start asking how you got lucky. They didn't see year one. They didn't see the quiet grind, but you did. And that patience, it's what separates the almost wealthy from the actually wealthy. Train your time horizon. Here's a hard truth. Most people fail because they're addicted to speed, not success. They want viral growth overnight sales, passive income by Friday. But wealth builders play a different game. They think in decades, not days. So train your mind to stretch time. Ask, what will this decision look like in 5 years? Will I still be proud of this strategy next decade? Am I building momentum or chasing dopamine? This mindset shift changes everything. Here's how to build patience practically. Track long-term indicators. Don't just look at daily revenue or views. Track skill growth, audience retention, and asset value. Celebrate consistency, not outcomes. Did you show up? Did you execute? That's the win. Remind yourself, you're building a system, not a spark. Zoom out. Look at quarterly progress, not daily fluctuation. Keep a patience journal. Yes, seriously. Document moments where you stayed committed despite slow feedback. You'll be amazed how fast things start moving once you stop trying to rush them. Wealth favors the long-term player. It rewards vision, discipline, and delayed gratification. So while everyone else flips strategies, flips crypto, flips their focus, you stay steady because you know the secret. Patience isn't waiting. Patience is compounding in disguise. Let's move to the final chapter, the one that ties it all together. Fixing your relationship with money. Final chapter. Fix your relationship with money. Expanded version. Let's end where it all begins, with your mindset around money. Because here's the truth. You cannot attract what you secretly resent. You will not keep what you subconsciously reject. And most people have a broken relationship with money. Not because they're bad with numbers, but because they've been programmed to see money as evil, corrupt, complicated, reserved for other people. Let's reset that. Step one, love money. Don't worship it. You're allowed to love money, not because it makes you better, but because it gives you options. Options to move your family out of stress, travel without guilt, choose the best education for your kids, walk away from toxic situations, invest in causes you believe in. Money is freedom fuel. That's why the best people should have it. Because if good people stay broke, bad people buy the influence. Love money. Not for status, but for stewardship. Step two, stop criticizing the rich. Every time you mock the wealthy, you distance yourself from wealth. It's easy to say rich people are greedy. They must have cheated the system. If I had that kind of money, I'd give it all away. Statements like these feel virtuous, but they train your brain to fear or resent what you say you want. Instead, study them. How did they do it? What can I learn from their moves? Even if I don't like their morals. What would I do differently if I had the same platform? Don't copy bad behavior. Copy effective models, then add your ethics to them. That's how you win without selling out. Step three, see the world as abundant. Scarcity mindset says there's not enough to go around. If they win, I lose. Money is a zero-sum game. Abundance mindset says there's always more being created. I can grow the pie instead of fighting for crumbs. The more I earn, the more I can circulate. The global economy isn't fixed. It expands. There's room for your ideas, your products, your service, but only if you stop shrinking to fit a narrative of lack. Step four, believe you deserve it. Say this clearly and mean it. If I work with integrity, add value, and grow wisely, I deserve to be wealthy. That doesn't make you entitled. It makes you accountable. Because once you believe you're worthy of wealth, you start acting like someone who protects, grows, and respects it. You stop wasting. You stop blaming. You stop tolerating smallness. Deserving wealth is not about arrogance. It's about owning your role in building it and using it well. Step five, create a wealth ritual. Just like people go to the gym or church or meditate, you need a regular ritual that reminds you, I am someone who builds wealth. Here's one you can try. Morning, 10 minutes of reading or listening to high-level content about money, investing, or entrepreneurship. Weekly, review your income, expenses, investments. Monthly, set one wealth target, a skill, a goal, or a habit to improve. Quarterly, reflect. What improved? What didn't? What's next? This isn't busy work. It's identity reinforcement. And identity beats motivation every time. Final word. You've just learned the 6 core habits of wealth. Increase your income. Eliminate poor habits. Create daily value. Learn relentlessly. Spend and invest wisely. Master patience, but if you don't fix your relationship with money, you'll sabotage all of them. So start today. Choose respect over resentment. Choose strategy over shame. Choose vision over victimhood. Because wealth isn't just for the lucky or the ruthless. It's for the learner, the builder, the one who stays the course. Be that person, and wealth will meet you on the road. Thank you for listening. If this audiobook helped you, subscribe, review, and share it with someone who's ready to take control of their future. Your next chapter starts now.